My name is Claire, and I am a nurse in a small rural hospital in northern Vermont. And I'm here with my neighbors and dear friends. This is Bert. He's a psychiatrist and a musician. And this is Leah, and she's a migrant worker advocate, and she coaches the cross-country team of our local high school. And we're going to present for you a really simple, personal story today. It's called Elephant. I went to Shanghai to teach a workshop, and one day I had some time off, and as I was walking through the city, something in a store window caught my eye, and I stopped to take a closer look. It was an elephant tusk lying on a red velvet pillow. And it had been carved into an elaborate scene. Birds were carved in beautiful swooping positions against ivory clouds, and there were animals leaping from elaborately carved foliage, and I leaned in to get a closer look. And then I noticed that there were human figures there too, carved in poses of great activity, walking behind an ox cart, swimming. There was a market scene, which then gave way to a cityscape with cars and motorcycles and fire hydrants. And then I leaned in even closer, and I noticed, if I squinted a little, I could even see street signs carved into the ivory, and I could look into the windows of the tiny carved buildings and see what was going on inside the buildings. There were couples having dinner and kids playing board games. In one room, the TV was on, and I could even see what was on the TV. It was an old soap opera, The Days of Our Lives. And there was my first grade classroom. There was a kid sitting at my old desk. I could see every blade of grass in the suburban lawns of my parents' neighborhood, tiny carved bees hovering over tiny carved dandelions. And yes, there was my parents' house and their bedroom window. I leaned in closer. I pushed my forehead hard against that Shanghai storefront, and I could see through the half-parted curtains my mother lying in her bed, her head resting on an ivory pillow. And I think I saw a hand there, pulling an ivory blanket over her shoulders, tucking her in. Shanghai is a remarkable city. elephants are known for their extraordinary memories and for their ability to live to a great old age. Relative to their body size, an elephant's brain is actually quite large, although not on the extreme scale of humans or dolphins. Elephants organize themselves into family units, led by an elder matriarch, upon whose memory the tribe relies for its survival. When on the move, this elder matriarch keeps track of the positions and activities of an enormous number of family members across a vast geographical distance. Elephants recognize and remember their dead through the practice of very specific death rituals. They will gather around a corpse and touch and caress it with their trunks, returning again much later to caress the bones, curling their trunks around skull, tusk, and rib, cradling the skeleton, holding the bones in their mouths, and calling out to one another. My mom was very sick this spring, and I spent a month with her before I went to Shanghai. I would sit at the side of her bed and hold her hand. "That woman is there again," she would say to me. "What woman, Mom? Where?" "Over there, at the window." "I don't see any woman standing at the window." "She's there." "That woman in the red lipstick is going to kill me." "No, she's not, Mom. Listen, there's no woman there." "She's there. She's going to kill you, too." "How do you know?" "She kills everybody." a memory problem. The city is changing so fast, nobody can keep up. Streets appear and disappear. Neighborhoods are torn down and replaced with steel skyscrapers, which are then themselves torn down and then rebuilt and then added onto. Old traditional neighborhoods are demolished, and new traditional neighborhoods for tourists are constructed. As we walked through the city, my friend pointed out to me a massive marble money symbol etched into the facade of a brand new bank building. In the 1980s, money came to China, she said. Now we're addicted. Money is the new opium. We walked together by the river. This used to be an entirely open area, she said. In 1989, thousands of students gathered here. Now there isn't any open space at all. Every building has a purpose here. I wonder if you knew this was possible, to erase memory through architecture. International trade in ivory was banned in 1990. But in 1997, Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe lobbied for the allowance of a controlled sales of ivory to specific countries. And since then, the price for and demand for and illegal trafficking in ivory has grown exponentially. Sometimes, the corpse of an already poached elephant becomes a trap. The elephants gather to mourn for their dead. Poachers attack the entire tribe with AK-47s and hand grenades. Older animals are targeted for their larger tusks. And so, in a single attack, a tribe may lose 80 to 90% of its elders, leaving a band of orphans, a tribe with no memories. hospital bed in the living room. My mother forgets that she is in her house. She forgets her husband's name, and when she calls out to us and we go to her, she can no longer tell us what it is that she wants. My father walks down to the Walgreens almost every night after he gets home from work to pick up a few things for the house. The Walgreens has its own brand of most of the common convenience store items, and all of the products in this brand share the same distinctive packaging and the same brand name, Nice. Slowly, the house fills up with the Walgreens brand. There's nice plastic garbage bags, nice paper cups, nice plastic knives, forks, and spoons, nice disinfectant spray, nice salt and pepper shakers, nice cooking oil, nice basil, nice bleach, nice, 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 nice. I forget who she used to be. The present erases the past. I find one of her old diaries and I read it, and I feel as if I know her even less. In Shanghai, I go back to that store where I saw the elephant tusk, and I look for it in the window. But it's gone. Is this the right store? Is this the same street? Suddenly, I can't tell. If I were an elephant, my nose would tell me if I were in the right place. I'd use my 7 turbinates with their specialized cells developed for olfaction and hormone detection. I'd taste the stone on the sides of the buildings with the vomeronasal organ on the roof of my mouth, and I'd recognize this place for what it is. I would be able to locate myself on a map of vast geography. I would never get lost. My mother died while I was in Shanghai. And for a while, I was haunted by this feeling of somehow wanting to do everything over again. My childhood, my growing up, of wanting to do it all over again with this new special knowledge that I had. But if you had asked me, I couldn't have told you what this new special knowledge was.